If you're interested in a curry in a hurry, you are in the right place. I have got a delicious lamb, coconut and cauliflower curry that you can cook in literally 20 or 30 minutes. It's really simple and really delicious. This is how you do it. You start off with some minced lamb. You come over to a nice big heavy base pan and just a little drizzle of oil. Not too much because, of course, there's already a little bit of fat in the minced lamb, which we're going to take out, by the way. You pop it in. Hear that sizzle? That's exactly what you want to hear. You want it nice and hot because we're going to try and get a little bit of colour on our lamb here. So just break it up a little bit. I don't mind if it clumps up a little bit as well. That's also fine. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and just a little bit of pepper just to kick things off. The smell is delicious. I love the flavour of lamb and I love the way it smells. So as soon as it goes in, you're going to get that big waft, which is just perfect. And let me show you what else is going into this. We need some onions, we need some garlic and some ginger. I have a bay leaf there as well. A little bit of spice, a garam masala, a cumin and a coriander. Cauliflower, which is a beautiful flavour, and a carrot. So I'm going to cut the carrot. We're going to cook it down with some coconut milk and a little bit of water and serve it with some white rice and some coriander. All right, so just cut the end of your carrot off. And then I'm going to cut that into, let's call it 3. Because this cooks relatively quickly, you need to cut things relatively small, because if you cut them too big, of course, it won't be cooked by the time the curry's finished. Let's just give that a little stir. Like I say, nice high heat, beautiful. All right, so we finish off our carrot. If you're worried about this being too spicy, don't, because it's not hot at all. I'm going to get some of this garlic and ginger ready, like that, using the side of your knife, and just chop through it. You don't have to cut it too fine. It's going to cook down and you're going to get that beautiful flavour, so you can leave it quite rough. And then ginger the same. And slice it this way, and then slice it that way. And of course, with ginger, you want to also give it a bit of a whack because you're going to bruise some of that flavour out of it. Right, so I'm going to remove this from the heat. Take the lamb out. Okay, move everything out, and then we can put this back on the heat. So put your carrots in, give them a bit of a stir around. You're going to get a bit of colour on the bottom of the pan, which is great. That's exactly what you want. Once you start seeing just a little flick of colour on the carrots, and it should take just a couple of minutes, you go with the cauliflower. So once this has had a couple of minutes together, you'll see the bottom of the pan's getting quite dark. Don't be alarmed, that's okay, because all of that colour is going to end up in our curry. Next, we take the onions, and we add the onions to the curry. Give that a good stir. Now the flavour's really starting to develop, so what we want to do is build on that with the garlic and the ginger. Throw in your bay leaf. And next, the spices. Garam masala, the coriander and the cumin. So just go ahead and sprinkle those in. Oh, and as soon as those spices hit the pan, you can smell it almost instantly. Delicious. Right, you cook those spices for a couple of minutes and make sure you toast them out and really get all the flavour that you need out of them. And the next thing we're going to do is add the lamb. We give that a good move around. And now it's time to really draw up some of those colours from the bottom of the pan. Half a cup of water. Now you see when you start to scrape along the bottom of the pan, all the colour's coming off and getting back into our curry. The next thing we do is take our coconut milk, and that's going to lighten the colour but really bring a certain richness to the dish. I know it's hard to believe, but the curry's ready. It really is a very, very quick dish to make because of the minced lamb, and it's so, so tasty. We're ready to serve. So what I'm going to do is grab some of my steamed rice that I cooked over here earlier. And then come over with the curry. Have a look at that, delicious. And just spoon that all over there. And of course you can garnish with just a little bit of coriander. And you've got this beautiful creamy curry which isn't very spicy, but is extremely tasty. Bon appetit.